Welcome to our tribute video, a heartfelt space to honor those we've lost and celebrate the lasting impact they've made. Today, we reflect on their remarkable journeys, cherish their memories, and pay tribute to their legacies. We'll also discuss the recent struggles of WWE star Drew McIntyre, whose story has touched fans around the world. Join us in remembering these incredible individuals and ensuring their legacies continue to inspire. Subscribe to be part of our supportive community and keep their stories alive. Justice Payne, born on May 16, 1978, was a highly influential American professional wrestler, best known for his intense and fearless style within the hardcore wrestling scene. Rising to prominence in the late 1990s and early 2000s, Payne made a lasting impact primarily through his work with Combat Zone Wrestling, CZW, a promotion renowned for its brutal, no-holds-barred matches. His willingness to embrace extreme risks and deliver unforgettable, violent performances earned him a devoted fan base among hardcore wrestling enthusiasts. Throughout his career, Justice Payne embodied a persona steeped in rebellion and defiance. This attitude resonated deeply with fans who appreciated his gritty, take-no-prisoners approach inside the ring. He was a key figure in the match wrestling genre, a style marked by the use of weapons like barbed wire, glass, and chairs, and often involving bloody, high-stakes environments. Payne's matches were as much about storytelling and emotion as they were about shock value, blending athleticism with sheer brutality to captivate audiences. Justice Payne was no stranger to championship gold, having held multiple titles across various independent wrestling promotions. His success helped elevate the profile of hardcore wrestling during a time when the genre was gaining traction among wrestling fans seeking something edgier and more extreme. His influence extended beyond just the matches themselves. He helped pave the way for future generations of wrestlers who sought to push the boundaries of what professional wrestling could be. Tragically, Justice Payne, but his legacy remains powerful. He is remembered not only as a pioneer of hardcore and match wrestling, but also as a charismatic performer who gave everything to his craft. His contributions continue to inspire wrestlers and fans alike, securing his place as a legendary figure in wrestling history. Owen Hart, born on May 7, 1965, was a highly talented Canadian professional wrestler, known for his incredible athleticism and technical skill. As the youngest of 12 children in the legendary Hart wrestling family, Owen grew up surrounded by the sport in Calgary, Alberta. His father, Stu Hart, was a renowned wrestling promoter and trainer, and the family's Stampede wrestling promotion became the launching pad for many wrestling careers, including Owen's. Starting his career in the early 1980s with Stampede Wrestling, Owen quickly built a reputation for his agility, innovative moves, and charismatic presence. In 1988, he signed with the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE, where he earned the nicknames The Rocket and later the King of Hearts. Owen's in-ring style combined technical wrestling with high-flying maneuvers, setting him apart as a dynamic performer. Throughout his WWF career, Owen won several championships, including multiple intercontinental and tag team titles. One of the most memorable aspects of his career was his intense rivalry with his older brother, Bret Hart. Their feuds showcased not only their incredible wrestling abilities, but also their storytelling talents, creating some of the most compelling matches of the era. Tragically, Owen's promising career and life ended abruptly at age 34. During a live WWF event, he died in a fatal accident caused by a malfunctioning stunt rig during his entrance. His sudden deeply affected the wrestling world and fans worldwide. Despite his untimely passing, Owen Hart is fondly remembered for his dedication, humor, and exceptional wrestling talent. His legacy lives on as a beloved figure, who made a lasting impact on professional wrestling, both through his memorable performances and his genuine personality inside and outside the ring. Scott Hall, born on October 20th, 1958, was an iconic American professional wrestler whose influence on the industry remains profound. Over a career that spanned more than 30 years, Hall became a household name, especially during the early 1990s, when he rose to prominence in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, as Razor Ramon. His character, a confident, smooth-talking, Latino-inspired persona, captivated fans worldwide and made him one of the most charismatic figures of his era. Hall's finishing move, the Razor's Edge, became legendary and is still celebrated as one of wrestling's most memorable finishes. Hall's impact grew even larger in 1996 when he joined forces with Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan to form the New World Order, NWO, in World Championship Wrestling, WCW. This faction fundamentally changed professional wrestling, sparking the intense Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWF that defined the wrestling boom of the 1990s. Hall's role in the NWO helped elevate him to elite status, and he became an essential figure in one of the most influential storylines and factions in wrestling history. Despite his professional success, Hall's journey was not without struggles. He battled substance abuse issues that affected both his personal life and career. Yet, through the support of close friends and fellow wrestlers, Hall sought recovery and redemption, earning the respect and admiration of the wrestling community for his resilience and honesty. Scott Hall, following complications from surgery, his legacy lives on as a pioneer whose charisma, in-ring talent, and revolutionary contributions helped shape the modern wrestling landscape. Hall will always be remembered as a trailblazer who left an indelible mark on professional wrestling. Yokozuna, born Rodney Anoa'i on October 2nd, 1966, was a legendary professional wrestler known for his enormous size and captivating sumo-inspired persona during the 1990s. A proud member of the famous Anoa'i wrestling dynasty, which includes superstars like The Rock and Roman Reigns, Yokozuna made his wrestling debut in 1984. He wrestled in various promotions before making a major impact upon joining the World Wrestling Federation, WF, now WWE, in 1992. Standing 6 feet tall and weighing over 500 pounds, Yokozuna's sheer size and unique character made him an imposing figure in the ring. His sumo gimmick featured traditional attire and a powerful finishing move called the Banzai Drop, where he would crush his opponent beneath his massive weight. This combination quickly propelled him to stardom, and Yokozuna became one of the era's most dominant wrestlers. Yokozuna won the WWF Championship twice during his career. His first title win came at the 1993 Royal Rumble, where he famously eliminated a record number of competitors. He captured the championship again at WrestleMania 9, solidifying his status as a top-tier superstar. His size, strength, and unique style made him a memorable and feared competitor. Outside the ring, Yokozuna struggled with health and weight-related issues, which eventually affected his career. He was released from WWF in 1998, but continued wrestling in smaller promotions afterward. Sadly, Yokozuna due to heart complications. Despite his untimely, Yokozuna's legacy lives on. He remains a trailblazer for Polynesian wrestlers in professional wrestling and is remembered for his unforgettable matches, powerful presence, and the impact he made during wrestling's golden era of the 1990s. Bertha Faye was a memorable and influential figure in professional wrestling during the 1990s, known for her commanding presence and unique persona. Born on March 15, 1964 in the United States, She began her wrestling career in various independent circuits before rising to prominence in the world's largest wrestling promotions. Bertha's impressive size and strength set her apart, helping her break down barriers and challenge traditional stereotypes about female wrestlers at a time when the industry was overwhelmingly male-focused. Her most notable run came in the mid-1990s with the WWF, now WWE, where she brought a mix of humor, intensity, and charisma to the women's division. Bertha Faye's character was instantly recognizable thanks to her bright, colorful outfits and bold hairstyles, which made her stand out on television. In the ring, she showcased powerful moves and a dominating wrestling style that earned her respect from fans and peers alike. One of Bertha Faye's biggest career highlights was winning the WWF Women's Championship in 1995. This achievement underscored her skill and commitment and helped bring attention to the women's division during a period when female wrestlers often struggled for recognition. Her high-profile feuds with stars like Alundra Blaze were memorable and played a key role in engaging audiences and elevating the visibility of women's wrestling. After her WWF tenure, Bertha continued to compete on the independent wrestling scene and made appearances in other promotions, always leaving her mark. Though she eventually stepped away from the spotlight, her legacy lives on as a trailblazer who helped open doors for future generations of female wrestlers. Bertha Faye is remembered for her strength, charisma, and lasting impact on the wrestling world. Miss Elizabeth, born Elizabeth Ann Hewlett on November 19, 1960, was a groundbreaking figure in professional wrestling, celebrated for her iconic role as a manager, leaving behind a lasting legacy in the wrestling world. Elizabeth began her career in wrestling during the mid-1980s, debuting in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, as Miss Elizabeth. From the start, she stood out due to her elegant, glamorous presence, a stark contrast to the rugged, physical nature of professional wrestling. This unique combination quickly captured fans' attention and established her as a beloved personality. Her most famous partnership was with Macho Man Randy Savage. Together, they created one of wrestling's most memorable duos. Miss Elizabeth wasn't just a manager. She became an essential part of Randy Savage's character development. Her presence added depth and sophistication to his persona, helping elevate his storylines and emotional appeal. Their dynamic relationship played a key role in some of wrestling's most dramatic and unforgettable moments, including Savage's intense feuds and championship pursuits. After her time in the WWF, now WWE, Miss Elizabeth made appearances in other wrestling promotions, including a return to WCW, continuing to influence the industry. She helped redefine the role of women in wrestling beyond just performers, paving the way for future female managers and on-screen personalities. Elizabeth's in 2003, from acute toxicity caused by prescription drugs and alcohol, shocked the wrestling community. Despite her untimely passing, Miss Elizabeth remains a beloved and pioneering figure. Her elegance, charisma, and significant contributions to wrestling continue to be celebrated, cementing her place as one of the most influential women in the history of professional wrestling. Jorge Gonzalez, born on January 31, 1966, in Carlos Pellegrini, Argentina, was a towering presence both on the basketball court and in the professional wrestling ring. Standing an extraordinary 7 feet 7 inches tall, Gonzalez is remembered as one of the tallest wrestlers in history, a fact that made him stand out immediately wherever he went. Before entering the world of wrestling, Gonzalez pursued a career in professional basketball in Argentina, leveraging his incredible height and athletic ability. However, in the late 1980s, he made a significant career shift to professional wrestling, debuting in several promotions where his size quickly drew attention. His wrestling potential was clear, although his massive frame sometimes limited his in-ring agility and maneuverability. Gonzalez gained his greatest fame in the World Wrestling Federation (WWF) under the ring name Giant Gonzalez. He debuted in 1993 and became part of major storylines, most notably engaging in a high-profile feud with The Undertaker. Their clash at WrestleMania 9 remains one of the most memorable moments of his wrestling career. His gimmick often played up his size and intimidating presence, making him a unique character during WWF's early 1990s era. Later, Gonzalez competed in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, continuing to face some of wrestling's biggest stars. Despite his impressive stature, he was frequently hampered by injuries, which, along with his limited wrestling style, made it difficult for him to reach sustained success in the ring. After retiring, Jorge Gonzalez battled serious health problems related to his height and overall physical condition. Tragically, today, Gonzalez is remembered as a one-of-a-kind figure in wrestling, a giant whose presence left a lasting mark on the industry. In the high-stakes, physically punishing world of professional wrestling, few competitors embody the raw grit and determination of Drew McIntyre. Born Andrew McLean Galloway IV in Ayr, Scotland, McIntyre's rise to WWE stardom has been marked by breathtaking triumphs and formidable setbacks. Beyond his imposing stature and championship victories lies a story of resilience forged in the crucible of injury and recovery. Over the years, McIntyre has battled through a series of severe injuries, both visible and hidden, that have tested his limits as an athlete and as a man. Among these challenges, none stands out more starkly than the terrifying Hell in a Cell match in 2020, an event that threatened not just his career, but his very ability to walk again. Yet, in true warrior fashion, McIntyre rose from the brink with a renewed fire that only deepened fans' respect for his tenacity. This in-depth exploration delves into Drew McIntyre's journey through injury, his rigorous approach to healing, the rumors and realities that have surrounded his health, and his unwavering commitment to continue competing at the highest level in WWE. The making of a modern-day warrior. To truly understand Drew McIntyre's journey through injury, it helps to first appreciate the man behind the brawn. From a young age, McIntyre was drawn to the world of professional wrestling, training rigorously and showing promise in WWE's developmental systems, before debuting on the main roster in the late 2000s. His early career was promising, but marked by ups and downs, including a release from WWE in 2014 that many feared might signal the end of his dream. Instead, McIntyre used that setback as motivation, sharpening his skills on the independent circuit and in other promotions worldwide, including Impact Wrestling and Europe's ICW, Insane Championship Wrestling. When McIntyre returned to WWE in 2017, he came back with a fierceness that soon earned him the nickname the Scottish Psychopath, and cemented his status as one of the company's most physically imposing and relentless performers. His journey was not only about wrestling prowess, but about overcoming adversity, including injuries that would test even the toughest athletes. The Hell in a Cell nightmare, the worst fall of his life. Perhaps no injury in McIntyre's career has been as dramatic or as terrifying as the one he sustained during the Hell in a Cell match at WWE, Hell in a Cell 2020. Known as one of WWE's most brutal and unforgiving match types, the Hell in a Cell stipulation involves competitors battling inside a giant steel cage that encloses the ring and ringside area, often leading to high-risk maneuvers and severe impacts. During this particular match, McIntyre suffered a devastating fall, that sent shockwaves through the wrestling world and left McIntyre fearing for the worst. The moment of impact was so violent that McIntyre later described it as the worst fall of his life, fearing he had broken his neck and back. This fear was not unfounded. The fall was a high-risk maneuver gone wrong, slamming him onto the unforgiving steel structure and mat. The pain was immediate and intense. Not only did the fall cause severe trauma to his back and neck area, but McIntyre also bit through his tongue during the match, leading to heavy bleeding. The internal bleeding from his tongue injury complicated the situation further, as it impaired his breathing and made it difficult to speak or focus on the match. Despite these harrowing circumstances, McIntyre's warrior spirit shone through. He pushed through the agony, refusing to surrender or forfeit, completing the match with a combination of grit, adrenaline, and sheer willpower. After the match, McIntyre underwent extensive medical evaluations. Remarkably, no fractures were detected in his spine or neck, a result that likely saved him from a catastrophic career-ending injury or worse. Nonetheless, the trauma inflicted long-lasting damage, leaving him with chronic pain and discomfort that would require months of treatment and rehabilitation. In interviews following the event, McIntyre reflected on the physical and mental toll of that night, calling it one of the most taxing experiences of his life. The lingering pain, coupled with the trauma of the tongue injury, made recovery a slow and painstaking process, demanding patience and unwavering dedication. The road of many battles, other significant injuries in McIntyre's career. While the Hell in a Cell injury stands out as a defining moment, it is far from the only injury Drew McIntyre has endured. His career has been punctuated by a series of setbacks that have threatened his momentum and tested his resilience. First, torn biceps injury, 2018. During McIntyre's second tenure with WWE, his career trajectory was on the rise. Fans and critics alike were excited by his newfound intensity and commanding presence, and he was quickly becoming a main event player. However, in 2018, McIntyre suffered a torn biceps injury during training. This injury was a significant blow, as it not only sidelined him for months, but also necessitated extensive rehabilitation and physical therapy to regain full strength and mobility in his arm. The timing of the injury was especially frustrating for McIntyre, as he had been gaining serious momentum in WWE storylines. The recovery process was grueling, requiring patience and dedication. But McIntyre's mental toughness and work ethic saw him through. He returned to the ring stronger, having added new layers of maturity to his in-ring style. Second, concussion-related concerns. As a hard-hitting competitor who engages in intense physical contests, McIntyre has faced concussion-related issues throughout his career. WWE's rigorous concussion protocols mean that wrestlers who suffer head injuries are closely monitored and often pulled from action to prevent long-term damage. McIntyre has been no exception, voluntarily adhering to these protocols and ensuring that he fully recovers before returning to the ring. His transparency about concussion management highlights his commitment to longevity in the sport, as he prioritizes his long-term health over short-term glory. 3. Chronic back pain. Another persistent issue for McIntyre is chronic back pain, a common affliction among professional wrestlers given the repeated high-impact maneuvers and the physical toll of performing night after night. While McIntyre has not disclosed any specific injuries causing the pain, he has acknowledged its presence and the ongoing effort required to manage it. His approach to chronic back pain involves a combination of physical therapy, strength conditioning, and careful in-ring work to minimize further injury. How Drew McIntyre manages his health and recovery. Navigating the physical demands and injury risks inherent to professional wrestling requires more than just toughness. It demands a comprehensive approach to health and wellness. Drew McIntyre has embraced this holistic approach, balancing intense physical training with careful medical oversight and mental preparation. Rigorous physical therapy. After every significant injury, McIntyre commits to disciplined physical therapy regimens. This therapy is crucial for restoring strength, flexibility, and mobility. It also helps prevent future injuries by targeting the muscles and joints that need reinforcement. Strength and conditioning. Workouts. McIntyre's training goes beyond standard gym workouts. He focuses on strengthening the muscles supporting his spine, neck, and joints to reduce vulnerability to injury. His conditioning also enhances endurance, allowing him to withstand the grueling pace of WWE matches. Medical monitoring. Consistent checkups with WWE's medical staff and independent specialists ensure that McIntyre's recovery is on track. This ongoing medical supervision allows for early detection of potential issues and helps him adapt his training and wrestling style to safeguard his health. Mental resilience and psychological preparation. McIntyre has spoken openly about the mental challenges of injury recovery. Pain and uncertainty can take a heavy psychological toll, but McIntyre emphasizes the role of mental toughness in healing. Mindfulness, focus, and maintaining a positive attitude are as much a part of his recovery as the physical work. Dispelling rumors. Separating fact from fiction about McIntyre's health. In the world of professional wrestling, rumors spread fast, especially when it comes to the health of top stars like Drew McIntyre. His Hell in a Cell injury, combined with his periodic absences, sparked a wave of speculation about the severity of his condition and his future in WWE. Rumor 1. Early retirement due to injury. Following the 2020 Hell in a Cell match, many fans and insiders speculated that McIntyre's injury would force him into early retirement. The fall looked devastating, and his visible pain was alarming. However, McIntyre himself has consistently debunked this rumor, stating that while the injury was frightening and painful, it was not career-ending. His determination to return to the ring underscored his passion and resilience. Rumor 2. Secret neck surgery. Another common rumor was that McIntyre had undergone secret neck surgery following his injury. Despite the speculation, no credible medical reports or statements from McIntyre or WWE have confirmed this. Instead, McIntyre's recovery was attributed to physical therapy and careful medical management without surgical intervention. Rumor 3. 2023 absence. Linked to Hell in a Cell injury. In 2023, McIntyre was notably absent from WWE programming, fueling speculation that lingering effects from his 2020 injury were to blame. However, WWE and McIntyre clarified that the absence was due to personal and professional reasons unrelated to injury. This example highlights the importance of distinguishing between rumors and verified facts in wrestling's rumor-rich environment. Looking ahead, Drew McIntyre's commitment to the wrestling ring. Despite the physical hardships and persistent pain, Drew McIntyre's commitment to professional wrestling remains unwavering. He continues to be one of WWE's most respected veterans, admired not only for his physical prowess, but for his mental toughness and dedication. McIntyre approaches the future with a clear understanding of the balance needed between performance and health. WWE's evolving wellness policies, combined with advances in sports medicine, provide a framework that allows him to compete safely at an elite level. Moreover, McIntyre's journey serves as an inspiration to younger wrestlers who see in him an example of how to handle injury setbacks with grace grit, and professionalism. His transparency about his struggles and recovery offers valuable insight into the realities behind the spectacle. Conclusion: the unbreakable spirit of a warrior. Drew McIntyre's story is not simply one of injury and recovery, it is a testament to the unbreakable spirit that defines a true warrior. From the terrifying fall in hell in a cell that nearly ended his career, to the torn biceps and concussion scares, and the chronic pain he battles daily, McIntyre has faced every challenge head-on. What sets McIntyre apart is not just his physical strength, but his mental resilience. He has repeatedly shown the ability to push through adversity, turning pain into motivation and setbacks into comebacks. This combination of toughness, skill, and determination has made him a beloved figure in WWE and a respected athlete in the eyes of fans and peers. As McIntyre continues his journey, his story stands as a powerful reminder that the path of a professional wrestler is never easy. But with courage and perseverance, the warrior's spirit can overcome even the harshest trials.